Troy Franklin looks miles more physical than he did last year, and he caught a 50-yard piss missile from quarterback Sam Ellinger over rookie UDFA cornerback Jaden Robinson. I know it's a undrafted free agent, but Troy Franklin just continues to look like the only receiver having like those deep balls downfield. We're not even seeing it from Marvin Mims, Pat Bryant, Courtland. No, it's Troy Franklin who's been having multiple like 30, 40, 50-yard plays. Welcome back to another episode of the Broncos Avenue podcast. I'm your host, Amir Farrell, co-host Evan Petruk. Today, we'll be discussing everything we learned from days 5 and 6 of Broncos training camp, the unfortunate injuries to Denver's linebacker room, and where that current position group stands, plus Courtland Sutton's big contract. Evan, how are you doing, man?
I'm good. This almost feels like deja vu, almost like we've done this before, hey?
Yeah, we definitely didn't botch the initial intro and recording. My PC definitely didn't crash.
But yeah, no, I was saying before, it's very hot right now, and we were talking about how much you guys love how I talk about the weather all the time, but I can't complain really. So it's been good.
Always talking about the now playing. Before we go ahead and jump into these notes, a shout out to Tyler Malone for commenting on our videos and being engaged in our community. Thank you so much, Tyler. We appreciate all your support as usual. The more you comment on our videos, the more it grows our community and pushes us out into YouTube's suggested feed. So thank you, Tyler. All right, so the Broncos and wide receiver Courtland Sutton agreed to terms on a brand new 4-year, $92 million contract extension, including $41 million guaranteed. Evan, what are your thoughts on Courtland Sutton, wide receiver 1, staying here he'll be under contract till 2029?
You know that one song, and it goes like, "You can tell everybody, I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man."
Yeah.
What did I say? What did I say? I said Courtland Sutton is going to get an extension this week. Did I not? I mean, I can't complain about it. Courtland Sutton's one of my favorite players on the Broncos. I know some of us have mixed reviews on him, but as much as it does kill me sometimes when he drops easy passes. He's a necessary person on this team. I mean, he's a leader, like we talked about, very high character guy, and he makes big plays, man. And I definitely think that considering what Terry McLaurin's going to get on the market, I think this is a steal for a veteran receiver who brings that, that leadership aspect, especially to such a young room. So I really can't complain. I think it's a solid deal. I don't think it's an overpay or an underpay. I think it's just what he's worth.
Yeah, I love Courtland Sutton. Evan always tells me like off air that he just hates him and always wanting him traded and
Yeah.
everything.
Oh, that's why I got that right there. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm happy for him and his family, man. He's been nothing but like an awesome leader for this team, and it's much deserved. We saw it coming for some time now. I really did think Nick Bonito would be the next guy, and I don't even know if he's going to actually get extended before the season. Now, I would hope so, and I think he will, but we'll see. After giving Courtland Sutton a $23 million per year contract, it's going to take probably a little bit longer till we see the Broncos front office come to terms with Nick Bonito, but I'm more than certain it'll happen at the very latest, like mid through the season, as long as he builds off of his 2024 campaign. All right, so we're talking about some positive things. Now we're moving over some, I want to say like negative, but rather sad. Drew Sanders, obviously, I mean, just in terms of the expectations where everyone thought it was a very significant injury, like we talked in our last episode, it's actually better news because he's only expected to miss 4 to 6 weeks now with a tendon injury in his foot, whereas some people thought he maybe suffered a season-ending injury in back-to-back years. So on that front, it's good news, but it's also unfortunate because, I mean, these are valuable reps he could have been using had he stayed healthy and potentially build it off that and maybe have been linebacker 3 or 4 for us ahead of Justin Cernat and other guys and Lavelle Bailey. But he will, like I said, miss 4 to 6 weeks with that injury and will need an MRI to determine whether or not he needs to be placed on the IR to start the season. So just a tough break for Drew Sanders there. And then also Alex Singleton underwent surgery Tuesday for his fractured thumb that will keep him out a week. Sean Payne is optimistic he will return for the end of training camp. What are your thoughts on where this linebacker room currently stands after those?
Yeah, no, like I said, it's very fortunate that Drew Sanders' injury isn't a career ender considering the history he has with his Achilles and just the fact that he's missed so much time due to injury and all the position changes. Like I really feel for the guy, but again, same thing with Alex Singleton. Very fortunate that it's not going to keep him out for too long. I I mean, I definitely am a little bit more upset about the Drew Sanders one. Not that I'm upset about both of them, but I definitely had higher expectations for Drew Sanders coming into the year than I did Alex Singleton. But I will say that both of these injury news coming out that they're not going to be too like detrimental, like they're not career enders or season enders. It's definitely a good thing.
Yeah. And Lavelle Bailey has been awesome lately. We'll talk about
Mm-hmm.
him in a minute. The Broncos did just work out 4 linebackers, none of which are notable names by any means, but however, they did not sign any of them, although they worked them out today. So I mean, those type of signings tend to happen like the day after. What are you smirking over there, Mr. Evan, for?
What do you mean by that?
What did I say? None of them
Worked them out.
stay reaching all the time, bro.
You can cut that out. I don't care.
Notes from day 5 and 6 of Broncos camp. Jesus Christ. Evan Ingram's involvement in the offense has become very focal after being heavily targeted in Monday's practice. Sean Payton is using him a lot in the short to intermediate passing game.
Yeah, no, I mean, I definitely think that receiving threat like Evan Ingram coming into Sean Payton offense, it was going to have huge advantages for the offense, especially Bo Nix, such a smart player, plays in the scheme very well. So I definitely think that scheming Evan Ingram open on, short touches and just getting him the ball, man, he's a playmaker. And we've been talking about it all the time. Like, I hate the fucking words. Pardon my language. I hate the fucking word so much. I'm not even gonna say it. But I mean,
Why so serious?
yeah. Oh my god, bro. Anyways, but he really brings that other level of an athlete to the offense that which is going to open it way more. Like he's elite over the middle of the field, so it's just going to open up the offense so much more. Not that I, don't like Adam Troutman because I think he's fine, but it's just he's not Evan Ingram in the receiving game. So it really is going to take loads off of Courtland Sutton and let them, have more opportunity. Courtland Sutton, Pat Bryant, Marvin Mims, Troy Franklin, Devon Vele, all the guys have more opportunity, get open more. And I know this is unrelated, but the fact that we're going to have a solid running game now, it just like the offense is gonna go to a whole nother level next year, and I just can't wait to watch it, man. Like I'm just itching for it. It's crazy. I like both of the aspects of the offense that we were missing so much, which then hindered the value that we had at receiver. And even
True.
Bo had such a successful rookie season with the worst run game, excuse me, in the whole NFL, and I don't think it was even arguable that our running game was so bad. And it's very rare that your running game is at fault of your running backs. Usually it's a bad offensive line, more than often at least. And the fact that the Broncos had one of the best run blocking offensive lines and just such bad ball carrying last year, it's just I'm so excited. It's just the field is going to open up for Bo. And I remember you were talking before last season on your predictions pod, talking about how little interceptions Bo Nix was going to throw. And I definitely see that number taking a huge drop off because he's not going to be playing from behind all the time. And it's not that it was the defense's fault that he was playing behind, but it's really hard to, not turn the ball over when you're in passing situations all the time because you can't run the football or you can't make easy completions to your tight ends or whatever, right? So, and obviously the fact that he's been in the league for another year really helps that. But I just think that this running game and this tight end passing game over the middle of the field is just the offense is gonna go to a whole new level, man.
Yeah, I agree. He's been moving really well to start camp. He has been getting a ton of targets. I believe I think his name's like Jake Goetz on Twitter. He's been posting a good amount of clips, and he actually got away with posting some of the team reps. Which, if you guys don't know, I was gonna post it on my story, but I forgot to. They are literally, this is no bullshit. I'll put it up on the screen. They are literally putting up posters that like tell you no recording is allowed, no taking pictures during team reps. It's crazy. Like Sean Payton is very like he's making it a focal point that you cannot be posting these plays because he doesn't want other teams seeing these plays. And I get it, but it's like, damn, we can't even get like some basic clips like running back dive. Could we please see RJ Harvey run the fucking ball up the middle? Like, can we get
Hmm.
something? They literally have, from what I'm hearing, according to like Zach Seegers and others, they have security walking in front of the bleachers where their fans are and are like detecting who's aiming their phone up, and like that's crazy to me. But where I was
Yeah.
getting at was he did actually get one of the clips where Evan Ingram caught like a dump off for like about 8 to 10 yards, and Bo like squeezed it in a really tough window, and I was like, oh, even just that little clip right there gets me excited
Hmm.
for number 10 and number 1 this season. So
Yeah.
very excited
Yeah,
for
I
it.
mean, like looking at it from Sean Payton's perspective, it 100% makes sense. I'm just
Yeah,
like, we're just fans itching for content, like, and just like seeing our team play. Like at the end of the day, I mean, I understand that they're looking at it from like a business perspective and an actual team perspective, and I'm sure that a lot of people do understand, but it doesn't make it any less exciting wanting to see it, right? Like it makes sense. Like yeah, you probably shouldn't be letting people record that stuff, but man, I'd love to see it, man. Oh my gosh.
yeah. These, I guarantee you, half this fan base could do a better job than this media team, even at these press conferences when it comes to like recording plays and whatnot, and even just being more reliable in general,
Mhm.
asking better questions. I know it's going a little bit off topic, but saying that Sean Payton, saying that it was reported that Drew Brees met with Bo Nix this offseason when he literally, Sean Payton in his press conference told you to your face that the previous day, and then telling him to his face the next day that it was reported from somewhere else is just the most diabolical shit. I know
Yeah.
some people have their strong opinions about that as well.
Coach, it was reported that quarterback Nix was hanging out with your quarterback.
It wasn't reported. I stated it 3 days ago. Gosh, your own little internet shows are driving me crazy. Listen, Bo Nix, if you were here 2 days ago, you would have heard me say he spent some time with Breeze. So it was reported. Keep going.
How's it for the Masons different?
Yeah, no, that was a crazy one that I saw for sure. But I just can't wait till I stop hearing construction noises in these press conferences, bro. Like,
Yeah, it's
oh
still
man,
going. I hear like
dude,
little
you
kids
can't hear
screaming.
shit, man. You can't hear anything. It's like they like I forget the gentleman's name that we hired for all the tech design, the guy from the Warriors, but I hope he gets his shit together on that one because I can't stand it. It's like I want to throw my phone against the wall every time I'm listening.
Yeah. Well, all that construction will be over by
Yeah.
next year, so we should be chilling. But I still hear like you know how the players have their kids after practice run on the field. I hear them screaming like in the middle of
Mm-hmm.
the pressers, which I mean I don't have an issue with that, but I mean
Nah,
it
it's
is
just
kind of I would see why it's distracting to someone.
and the thing is the audio quality of like Sean is pretty solid, but it's almost like they have the microphones in the bleachers or something like that because you can hear the crowd more than you can hear the actual reporters talking. I mean, not that a lot of the questions are good, but um, it would help to hear who is saying what, if that makes sense.
Yeah. RJ Harvey had a really good first 2 days of padded practices, showed plenty of bursts on the outside, and has made the most plays of any running back so far. Audric Estime did have a really good practice on Thursday as well. That was, I saw that it was a little funny because after everything that came out with Philip Lindsay, you can kind of tell. I'm not gonna like say it was because of that, but like sometimes those things tend to light a fire under some people's asses. So you can determine whether if you guys aren't if you didn't watch our last episode, go watch it. Like the last 10, 15 minutes. Basically, Philip Lindsay like called out Audric Estime saying he's been pouting during practices and he's had an attitude issue since last year and he's like fifth on the depth chart. And literally the next practice, he has like the best practice probably of any Broncos running back on Tuesday. So what are your thoughts on how the running backs are coming along?
I mean, like you said, there's multiple theories and ways we can go about this. It's either, it lit a fire under his ass or it wasn't true to begin with. And I guess we'll never really know until we hear him talk about it.
Sure.
And whether he even says anything about it or not, I mean, probably not.
Probably
But
won't.
yeah, it seems like it was a little bit blown out of proportion. I'd say it's a combination of both. I'd say it's probably blown out of proportion a bit, but it probably did happen, but not as bad as what they said. And then he sees it because I'm 99% sure these guys see the shit that gets posted on the internet about that.
Oh, for sure. I saw I posted that thing about Evan Ingram, like him like calling a shot to the Jaguars, and his wife like commented underneath it, calling it cat basically. And yeah, I feel like they see it. They definitely, bro. I'm telling you, they see a lot of this shit.
Well,
like,
I mean, i.e. Damari Mathis. That's all I gotta say. So
there's many examples of players blocking me for literally just reporting the truth. But all right. Yeah, I'm excited with how the running backs have been coming along. We haven't heard too many about like any explosive runs, which I'm not going to say it's concerning, but I would like to see more of those being reported, and we'll truly see how they are in preseason. Like preseason is like I like training camp, but preseason's like 30 times more important than training camp in my opinion. So.
Oh man, I just remember getting so pumped up watching preseason last year. Like I was like, it was treating it like it was like a playoff push or something like that. It was
Remember the game against was it the Colts or Packers where it was Bo Nix's first start? I think it was the Colts.
It was the
right?
Colts, yeah. And then they played the Packers in the second one, and then the Cardinals in the third, and that was a Zach Wilson legacy game.
I remember that. This game vividly always like has a spot in my memory for whatever reason. You remember the Drew Lock game versus the Vikings where he just launched
bro. Oh my god, I have a story about this game.
That was my preseason Super Bowl.
Dude, I got like okay, so like I drink alcohol. I was like shittered after the bar with my buddies. I did not sleep, and the game was on at like 7 a.m. I swear, bro. It must have been like 7 a.m. I don't know. I didn't sleep. It felt like it was 7 in the morning. But I woke up. I was at my buddy's house, sleeping on his floor, and I was watching this game. I have a recording in my phone. I don't remember. I think it was KJ Hamler that he threw that post to. Yeah, and I was like so pumped up. I sound like death. It was. I can't believe you remember that game too. I remember that like it was yesterday.
Dude, that was one of my favorite preseason games.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Launches that piss missile 75, 80 yards.
That was insane. That deep-ass post.
We thought KJ Hamler was the next Tyreek Hill after that shit.
Yeah, that was crazy. I can't believe you remember that. Wow. Just an unlocked memory right there.
Let us know in the comments what are some big preseason games you remember from the Broncos. Remember the legend of Kyle Sloter? We've had him on the podcast. I love those. Chad Kelly as well. That was pretty fun. He had some awkward throwing motions and things happening off the field as well. But let us know in the comments. I would like to be, because my memory is usually pretty trash. I would like to be reminded of some of these.
Was it the Seahawks that Paxton Lynch's rookie year game was?
It was
against the Seahawks. I remember that one too.
Yeah.
Oh God.
All timer right there.
How far we've come. Jeez.
Wide receiver Trent Sherfield looks to have a bigger role in the passing game than maybe some people are predicting. He had a ton of catches in the last two practices. Nothing surprising there, just because like he's going to be in a lot of these run plays or in play action specifically. So if Bo Nix does look his way, I mean, he's going to be usually on the field for those plays. He is someone, I'm not going to lie, that I've kind of just like forgotten about, and like we need to talk more about him because he is going to be like, I'm not going to mention this former receiver's name, but he's going to play a similar role. You probably know who I'm talking about. Starts with a Lil. He's going to play a similar role, and I'm not going to say probably. He will be better in that role, so we need to keep an eye on his potential involvement in this offense.
Play a similar role how? Like the sleepover buddy role?
Moving on, defensive lineman Malcolm Roach, shined in Monday's practice when the pads first came on. Nothing too shocking there. Cornerback Chris Abrams-Drain had an impressive day in coverage, had a PBU as well. Love to see that. He's one of those like next guys up if there's ever an injury in that corner room. And Jahdae Barron as well. I don't think I mentioned him in my notes today. Yeah, I didn't. Jahdae Barron is actually getting lined up in the inside and outside right now, which I find that to be not like interesting, but I find it to be fascinating in terms of how Vance Joseph's going to use him. I mean, Vance Joseph's just never that fond of playing rookies, and the fact that he already has a rookie, I know he was like the first corner selected outside of Travis Hunter, but having a rookie first round pick coming right away, play two positions, they clearly think very, very highly of him. And then linebacker Lavelle Bailey continues to impress in absence of Drew Sanders and Alex Singleton. Audric Estime had a standout day. Vision, explosiveness looked good. We already talked about that. Jonah Ellis had a sack. Troy Franklin looks miles more physical than he did last year, and he caught a 50-yard piss missile from quarterback Sam Ellinger over rookie UDFA cornerback Jaden Robinson. I know it's a undrafted free agent, but Troy Franklin just continues to look like the only receiver having like those deep balls downfield. We're not even seeing it from Marvin Mims, Pat Bryant, Courtland. No, it's Troy Franklin who's been having multiple like 30, 40, 50-yard plays.
It's the number 11, bro. I'm telling you, like, it's a mental thing for him. I'm not saying that I obviously I was not anywhere close to the player that Troy Franklin was, but when I wasn't wearing number 14, I didn't feel as good. It's a mental thing. It's like a placebo.
It sounds
effect.
dumb if you've never played.
It does
football
sound
before.
dumb, but it makes a difference, man. Like it's like I don't even know how to explain it, and it is the most minuscule, like unrelated thing to actually what matters, but you could see how much he loves number 11, how proud he was when he got number 11. At the beginning of the season, he was posting all about the number 11. Like that's just hits his number, and so maybe it was a mental thing. I don't know. Maybe he just like bulked up in the weight room or something like that. But
it's 100% the mental thing and also bulking up.
And so going back to when you were talking about Jade Barron, about playing inside and outside, I could definitely see a situation where it's also, like you said, lighting a fire under Riley Moss and Jaquan McMillan's asses. But I also can see a situation where in nickel packages where he's going to play in the slot, and if it's just two cornerbacks playing like too high in cover 2 or something like that, I could see him playing on the outside. Like he's got the skill set to play both. He played outside last year at Texas, but he is a nickel player. But I mean, he's got the versatility. That's part of the reason why they drafted him. Again, the word I hate, but Sean Payton mentioned it. Joker can be on defense as well. And they were talking about Jade Barron being that guy. So as much as I hate that word, it's true. He can play linebacker, man. Like he's so versatile and so smart. He understands. I bet he's got the playbook memorized already. Like this guy is just a genius.
Yeah, you can tell he lives and breathes football.
Yeah.
I'm upset that you mentioned the Joker thing because I was going to be the one that got to. Yeah, I was going to be like, dare I say he's being used as a Joker.
I'm sorry.
I'm going back to the Troy Franklin thing. It's pretty simple for me. It's one of those things like you got to look good to feel good or look good to play good in this situation for a sport. Like even like you just in your everyday life, like when you throw on a good fit or you get a new haircut, like you're gonna feel better and more confident about yourself and your ability to do whatever your task is that day. For Troy Franklin, he's getting to wear his jersey number he's worn his whole entire life. I think he even worn 11 in high school, and it just kind of feels like natural for him, and he's going to be able to be that whatever 4 or 5 star recruit again and be that 1,100 plus receiver back-to-back years at Oregon again.
I think he was a 5-star. I think he was like a top 10 recruit coming out of California or something like that.
I would not be surprised at all. I know Bo Nix, Mr. Daddy Nix was.
Yeah, he's the number 8 wide receiver in the country.
Ooh, soon to be number 8 receiver in the NFL. Like I said, I'm rooting for him. Him and Devon Vele are my 2 guys on this team.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you know how much I love Pat Bryant, but I'm definitely pulling for all these guys, man.
True. Bo Nix scrambled multiple times on Tuesday's practice for decent gains. The first team secondary made it very difficult for the starting receivers to find any separation, but it was very different during the one-on-ones. And let's go and jump into these one-on-one notes. I didn't see anything from any corners like winning the one-on-ones. I don't know if that's just because like they were just getting dusted today, which I highly doubt. But it's important to note, like, I'm about to name all these matchups that the wide receivers won, and people are going to be like, oh my God, are these corners just like trash? It's different when you're playing as a whole cohesive unit in the secondary as opposed to a one-on-one. Like, I feel like it's much easier for a wide receiver to beat a corner in a one-on-one. Like, go watch, what's his name, Destroy Lonely's competitions, or Destroy Lonely. I'm thinking of rap right now. What's it?
Destroying
his competitions where he travels to different. Destroy Lonely's ass. By the way, you heard it here first. And speaking of music, Destroy Lonely's ass. I'm sorry, bro. We got to have an argument off here about that. And speaking of music, bro, oh my God, the music selection has been so good during the practices. From everything that I'm seeing, they're playing Uzi. I heard a little bit of Drake. They're playing some Yeet. They're playing some other really, really good artists too. I heard Kendrick at like the end of one of the clips and was like, "Oh my God, why? Whoever is on Aux needs to be taken off." But what are your thoughts on like overall on these like one-on-one matchups with the wide receivers winning a lot and whatnot?
Yeah, I think that like if anyone's like been in a one-on-one before playing receiver or corner, it's definitely harder to play corner because there's only variables is the quarterback throwing the ball and the wide receiver, and the quarterback and the wide receiver know what they're doing, and the corner is basically just guessing. So
Yeah.
it's definitely more difficult. Like even Pat gets beat in one-on-ones. So I definitely think that I agree with what you said about that. As for the music, I could really care less what they're listening to, but I'm not the biggest Destroy Lonely fan, but to call him ass is a little crazy. Don't you like Ken?
Dude, I love Ken and
But you don't
Destroy
like
Lonely's.
Lone?
Hell no, bro.
Bruh, that's crazy. You might be the only person I know that likes Ken Carson and doesn't like Lone.
I guess I'll just be the
I
other
low
person.
key, yeah, like disregarding like the big hits that Ken Carson has, I might like Destroy Lonely more than Ken Carson.
Oh my God. I don't get the glaze for Destroy Lonely, bro. There's a reason he just sits there at like 2 million monthly listeners. But
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really listen to like a bunch of like new music anymore. Like Travis is my goat. Travis and Drake are my goats. So I pretty much just listen to that. I didn't like that new Drake song though with Central C. I thought that shit was dog
oh
poo.
yeah, that was bad. That
Yeah,
was bad.
we're getting
But
off topic here. This is a Broncos podcast.
we're over here. This is the new NFR podcast. All
Those
right.
guys have some crazy takes.
Yeah, so going off these one-on-ones real quick, if you guys didn't know, Courtland Sutton beat Patrick Surtain and cornerback Riley Moss on a deep out. Pat Bryant beat cornerbacks Jaden Robinson and Riley Moss. Troy Franklin beat Jade Barron and Damari Mathis. And then Michael Bandy beat Patrick Surtain and Jade Barron on short routes. So like I mentioned, bro, like we're really talking about Michael Bandy, who's like a borderline practice squad player, beating the defensive player in the year in the NFL. If that doesn't tell you about one-on-ones, what they're actually like meant to be and what they are, then I don't know how else I can explain it and break it down to you. So it's not something to pay a whole lot of attention to, but at the same time, like I'm just reporting what's coming out of camp. So that is pretty much it for today's episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to subscribe. Stay tuned. We'll have more camp notes, breakdowns, and covering all the latest news and rumors of the Denver Broncos. With that being said, I'm your host, Amir Farrell, co-host Evan Petruk. See you guys in the next one. Peace out, everybody. Take care.